E-cheating can be defined as anything taken off the internet and turned in for your own work. This can be buying a paper, copy and pasting, among others. These are very serious crimes, but the problem is that it is too easy for the students to get to these sources, and teachers need to check more. In a 1996 survey of who's who among American students, 80% of them admitted to cheating on an exam. Chances are there are at least a few of you in here who can say they have cheated as well, since studies show 75% of college students confess to cheating at least once. 50% of them said cheating was not necessarily wrong. Another 95% said they have never been caught. Sites to buy or use others' papers are easily accessible by just using Google. Some students say they are forced to because of time constraints. To combat e-cheating, teachers must make the time to stress the academic policy on plagiarism and make sure the students know that it won't be tolerated. And the students also need to know that work created after March of 1989 is automatically copyrighted, even if the copyright is not visibly there. Make sure the writing assignments have specific goals and instructions. Also, make sure you check what is available to the students on the internet before handing out the assignment. Since students complain so much about time constraints, make sure they have time to complete the assignment. Teachers can also require their students to do oral presentations. Students should also have to submit their work to sites like Turnitin.com, which checks their papers for plagiarism. And lastly, teachers can subscribe to plagiarism search services. The internet is a major source for information, and what is on there, even if private, can be found. Emails, although secure, can still end up in the wrong hands and get passed around to the wrong people, like a boss or a coworker that should have never even seen it. Mostly everyone is on a social networking site, which is an interactive web-based community for people with something in common. The most well-known are MySpace and Facebook and the up-and-coming Twitter. The question is, what happens when these sites start to interfere with the teacher-student relationship? Some teachers use these sites to enhance instruction. In contrast, some have been fired over it. Inappropriate photos that get leaked out can lead to the firing of a teacher in an instant. Teachers can use it as a platform to bash the school district. Teachers are protected somewhat under the First Amendment of the Free Speech Clause, but it is still a touchy line to mess with. Teachers must find their own line using these tools for themselves and for their class. As we move more and more into a technological classroom, teachers must start using technology as it will enhance learning. Copyright laws have been created to protect authors and artists that create things that are original. This means that no one else has a copy of it. These are a list of items not protected by copyright laws: stories not written, ideas and discoveries, lists of data, works that contain no original authorship, and most U.S. government materials and facts. The good thing is that the teachers and students are helped by the Fair Use Clause. This allows us to use and make copies of copyrighted works only if they are used for criticism, comment, news, teaching, scholarships, and research. To know if something is okay to use, just ask yourself 4 questions. Is the copying used for educational use? What kind of material is it? Are you using it for small amounts or the whole thing? And is it freely available? For how much of it can you use? Consult the Fair Use Guidelines. The major thing to do to avoid copyright infraction is always cite the author or creator. If your project is going to be used beyond the classroom, get permission first. Here are some more sources to look at about copywriting. I hope you enjoyed the plagiarism video.